Hi, everybody. It's Lasha from High Voltage. Now, I'm sure that all of you know who Andrew Tate is. I didn't. I had no idea who he was. Not a clue. Not a clue. I guess I've been living under a rock. So, for those of you like me who have been living under a rock and don't know who Andrew Tate is, I'm just going to set up the scenario. I'll read about Andrew Tate, and I think everybody knows who Pierce Morgan is. And anybody who follows Andrew Tate, he's like a Russell Brand. And their interview on Pierce Morgan Unleashed was absolutely fascinating to me. And I thought that Pierce Morgan he's a very talented interviewer. So for those of you who, like myself, do not know who Andrew Tate is, this is Emery Andrew Tate III. Born December 1st, 1986, is an American British social media personality, businessman, and former professional kickboxer. His controversial commentary has resulted in his expulsions from various social media platforms and concern that he is encouraging misogynistic views among young males. As of December the 23, he had over 8.5 million participants, but followers on X, formerly Twitter, and was the third most Googled person in 2023. With most British adults aware of who he is as of March 2024, Tate is facing criminal charges in Romania and the United Kingdom. He has also been dubbed the king of toxic masculinity and identified as part of the manosphere. What is a manosphere? Mom, have you ever heard the word manosphere?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna get a copyright on this video, but I don't really mind at all because I was astounded when I listened to this interview. I'm going to play it for you. Pierce Morgan and Andrew Tate, full interview. And I really studied his body language, Andrew Tate and Pierce Morgan. I really studied both of their body language. And I have to say that Pierce Morgan is, for all of his controversy, I find him to be very talented. And I'm very unsure of Andrew Tate. I've never heard of him. And it was a total surprise. So for those of you that just joined, I was just talking about Andrew Tate. And this video is just, I watched it last night for the first time, not knowing who he was. And then I went to Sean Atwood, and he was interviewing Sean Tate. So check out Pierce Morgan Unleashed and Sean Atwood. They had full access to this gentleman. And yeah, it is interesting. So I don't mind if I get a copyright because I'm trying to grow the channel, obviously. Thank you for joining. What is your name? Era Kuan? Era Kuan? I won't forget. Era Kuan. Welcome. I'm Lasha. Nice to meet you. I always trust everybody until they give me reason not to. But everybody says that I'm living wrong, that you can't trust people at all. And I just will not subscribe to that way of thinking. I do think the best of people. And this is why I wanted to bring this to people's attention that don't know who Andrew Tate is like me. I just came under from a rock. So here's the unleashed Pierce Morgan interview with Andrew Tate. Mom, have you ever listened to this guy?
Yes.
This man, Andrew Tate? You've listened to Pierce Morgan. Right, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pierce Morgan and Andrew Tate unleashed. I was astounded. I was flabbergasted, and I did not know what to make of this. Yes, I have to run to the store.
Ontario residents need to know this. If you need a new car and don't have the money up front. I came across the 2024 Ontario Car Program, and I got accepted for a $40,000 loan, and the next day I walked into the dealership and got the keys.
Tate and Pierce Morgan Uncensored, one of the most infamous men in the world, Andrew Tate's misogynistic tirade.
I don't know how to edit,
billions of
ladies
times
and
online.
gentlemen.
He's now been effectively banned, though, from the internet.
There we go.
He doesn't think that's fair. Tonight, I'm going to try and work out if it is. From London, this is...
I will be long.
Well, good evening from London, and welcome to a special edition of Piers Morgan Uncensored. Andrew Tate, one-on-one. He's the most famous man you probably never heard of.
Exactly.
With millions of views online. At one point this year, more people were searching Google for Andrew Tate than Donald Trump or Kim Kardashian. Former professional kickboxer, he was kicked off Big Brother in 2016 after a video emerged of him striking a woman. What they now both claim was a consensual sex game. He's since made millions as a pornographer and casino owner in Romania, but it's his online videos that have made him notorious across the world, posing as a playboy with fast cars, cigars, weapons and cash. He rants about his often scandalous views on women.
Or instruct a female to provide sustenance. Cook.
So I think my sister is her husband's property, yes.
Tells young men they can get as rich as him by paying for his digital life.
Mother, you look disgusted.
I have 100 business tips I'm going to teach you, which will allow you to make
My
your own
mother
money
is 74.
But a minute global media
You want
backlash
us
that
to look
then
on the
has
live
gone
or
to
no?
Andrew Tate.
My
Well,
mother
millions
is
still share his
74
videos,
years old,
effectively
and
banned
she's
from the web,
absolutely
booted off
grossed
Facebook,
out right
YouTube,
now.
Instagram,
My
Twitter,
mom.
and
She
TikTok.
is not
To his
grossed out.
fans, he's a
What are you?
misunderstood satirist and the victim of big tech censorship.
Flabbergasted.
To many others, he's a
Flabbergasted.
malicious misogynist. Tonight, I'll try and get to the truth.
I know, I told you, YouTube is a
Well, some of the
different
opinions Andrew
animal.
Tate shares in his videos are undeniably deeply offensive. We're going to show you some of them on this show. I think you should see them for yourself, not simply hear what he says about them or what other people say about them. Tens of millions of people across the world follow Andrew Tate, and with a big following comes a big responsibility, as well as a public interest in holding his views to account. If outrageous opinions are read aloud, they can be challenged and exposed for what they are. If they're silenced, the person holding these views can become a martyr. So that's why I invited Andrew Tate to come here tonight, and he joins me now live. So Andrew, well, welcome, first of all. You come all the way from Romania to do this interview.
Correct.
Why is he living in Romania? I thought he was American. That's the one thing I don't understand with. What do you find interesting about this, L? Can I just call you L? E-L? E-L for short? Okay, so I'm just going to play it for 10 minutes. And then I have to run to the store to take care of some errands. Process it yourself. I'm going to come back later on tonight, and I'm going to share with you what I think. But before I share, you need to watch. I don't want to watch and dictate. You watch. You decide. I'll come back. That's what I like to do.
What do you hope to achieve from this interview? Why are you here?
It'd be interesting to have a conversation with you. You've certainly been the subject of your own divided opinions in the world. There's a lot of people who would say some of the things you say are perhaps dangerous or toxic. So I thought you'd be a good person to speak to about this subject.
I didn't know much about you before this year. And then I suddenly became very aware of you, as the world did, because, as I said earlier, you were the number one subject searched on Google
Donald
ahead
Trump.
of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I don't think it was even possible.
I told
Why
you,
did
I
get
watched it,
suddenly
I studied
so
it.
Popular stroke infamous, do you think?
I exploded. I certainly didn't do that with magic. I've been on the internet for a very long time. I think in the world we live in now, as the other side the other side, the people who disagree with me, as they get more and more tyrannical in their censorships and their hate mobs, etc., as standard masculine practices are deemed toxic. I didn't put a magic spell on everybody. I managed to accumulate a large amount of affinity with the male populace across the Western world because I'm simply saying things that many men believe, think, and feel.
The problem I would say is I want to play you just a clip off the top. This is from Joe Rogan. He's somebody I absolutely love.
Sure.
I
And
love
think
Joe
it
Rogan
explains
too.
to me.
I really
what
like Pierce
I
Morgan.
presume my issue with you is going to be, right?
Correct.
And you have absolutely got the right to try and persuade me otherwise.
Sure.
But Joe Rogan said this about you.
My 12-year-old and my 14-year-old asked me about Andrew Tate. And my 17-year-old asked me, I said he's a legit world champion kickboxer. I go, I like him a lot. Why do you like him? And I was asking him. They said he says a lot of funny stuff on Twitter and TikTok. He f***ed up with the misogynist.
Yes.
Because if he didn't do that, if he just did the pro-male stuff.
Hello,
Oh,
I'm Mike, and I take great pride in being the psychic advisor at Cassandra.
I'm
There
sure
was one
you
particular
do.
story
Yeah,
that
you
deeply touched my
probably
heart.
aren't psychic
Never-
and make $1,000
So I
a
thought that was
month.
interesting because when I've gone over everything that's been at the centre of the debate about Andrew Tate, I come down with Joe Rogan in the sense that there's a lot of stuff you say I agree with. You know, I've got 3 sons in their 20s. It's not
Hi,
easy
caregiver.
actually being a young male.
Hi,
in the
how are
modern
you?
world. And I think a lot of the things that you say about that can resonate with them. The problem comes with the, I don't know, 10, 20% or whatever of your output, which on the face of it appears to be blatant misogyny. And when you couple that with your massive influence and huge reach, that is why the social media companies have decided to effectively cancel you. I don't believe in cancellation.
I don't either.
believe in censorship, particularly. That's
Neither
why
do
I've
I.
invited you to come on the show. But I do think a lot of the things you've said are blatant misogyny. Do you accept that?
So you made a very interesting point there. You just said on the face of it appeared to be blatantly misogynistic. I understand that on the face of some of the long format content I've made, if you're going to take a few seconds out of hours, chop it up, put it all over social media, accompanied with my massive fame, then things can absolutely not be taken out of context.
He just said, chop it up and put it on TikTok. That's why he's famous, because of TikTok. So it's funny to hear him say they took down Andrew Tate. They took down yeah, I know that the government are trying regulations with that, but like, look what happened with Russell Brand. Well, it was trial by media. And now he's facing criminal charges for the way he treated women. Okay, you know what I'm going to suggest in all honesty? YouTube is deleting my comments. Why? Are you subscribed? Are you subscribed? Wait 1 sec, Mama. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just, you know, I was telling you about Care Give Out and Sarah and Trevor, all the nice people on YouTube. There's a new gentleman, or I'm not sure. YouTube is deleting my comments. Why? I don't know. I have no idea. Facebook took down my YouTube content off of my Facebook. I don't even know how to send out a friend request, okay? Do you know what I'm going to suggest? Because this is a long, long video, and I spent 3 hours. I watched it 3 times. When you watch something 3 times, that's 3 hours of your life. Why am I investing this much time in watching Pierce Morgan and Andrew Tate? Because I really do have some interesting notes on what I observed, but you need to see the whole video to participate in the conversation. So what I'm going to suggest is I'll come back tonight or early tomorrow and just go and listen to this and bring back your notes and tell me what you all think, and I'll share what I think.
As to face or the devil in regards to how
Mom, I
men treat
think
women
dinner's
on the
burning.
planet. I'm absolutely and utterly the opposite. I believe in protecting and providing. I've been misunderstood. There's been large contingents of people who have tried very hard to purport lies about me.
If I had,
And the truth of the matter is, I've been producing content for a very long time. Hours and hours of videos been cut down to 2 or 3 seconds of clip. Those clips have gone viral, and people misunderstand me.
But I think you've used this phrase and be taken out of context, and I'm not sure that is correct in the sense that it still comes out of your mouth. Some of the things,
Completely.
some of the things you say, I just think.
my mom's calling
amazing.
me. Just 1 minute. So this is what we're going to do. Andrew Tate versus Pierce Morgan, the full video. It's right there. So everybody watch it. Oh, I forgot to like. Oh, and also subscribe, like, and comment. That's all. Oh, and I'll never have super thanks or anything. It's strange. My comments are not. No, not your comments. I have to go to work. Good night. I have to go to work too. Bye. All right, go watch it. Thanks, everybody. Take care of yourselves. I'll do the same. It was fascinating, and it's a fascinating discussion about influencers. Seriously. Okay, Mom, are you ready? Okay, bye.